too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, the bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
All the dogs off.
This is like an anaconda taking down a pig.
What's up, Nasties? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, and Salas, Zach Kubish with you here on a Sunday, Tuesday afternoon. Of course, the title sponsor of EST is Play Alberta. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, make sure to use your game sense. Joaquin, great 2 guys and a goalie.
Yeah?
You really brought the heat.
Well, I'm upset today.
Why are you upset?
Today is the last day of any new progression or updates with Destiny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys were pretty upset about that.
So that's why I'm wearing the shirt, man.
Oh, cool.
See, it's got my gamer tag on there.
Vulcanized puck.
That's right.
Nice.
I got after completing all my missions to get my exotic shards or whatever it was, and my touch of malice, I was able to get this shirt after the King's Fall raid.
Nice. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't?
No. I know the Coop does.
It's sad, man. It's sad.
It's a sad time.
It's very sad. I guess everyone's going to be in the tower later today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Everyone's
Gonna go hang out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you?
Oh, yeah. After I go home, I'll go jump in the tower.
Let's see up the show. 125 Derek Van Diest live from Las Vegas. He's down there covering the Stanley Cup Finals, but we're going to get more insight on this Mike Babcock stuff. I mean, according to stuff, it's 100%. So I think next week we'll get the announcement because they don't want to do it during the Stanley Cup Finals, right? So we move on with that. 220, Justin Dunk will talk some CFL because I'm pretty sure by 220 we'll be done with this talk until it is announced officially, and we move on. We got Noticias, we got the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. We only hit 1 of 3 yesterday. Unfortunately, we'll look to bounce back. Well, we've been looking to bounce back for a while. So hit us up on the Nasty Chat, River Korean Bucks, 780-218-9999. Slam that thumbs up for us. And Joaquin, just to continue the conversation with 2 guys, the conversation we were having yesterday. Yesterday after the show going home, and we talked in the evening, and it's just listen, you played for the team. I grew up a diehard Oilers fan. Has this job tempered that a bit? Sure. But I think we both want to see the Oilers have success. We both want to see them win a Stanley Cup. We want it for the fans. They're a very passionate fan base. Mm-hmm. We want good things for this club. But for me, it's like, where do we draw the line, right? Like, where do we draw the line where we have a small group here in this market that continue to normalize, and continue to brush things under the rug with people doing terrible things? Like, where do we draw the line as media, as fans, and say, okay, enough is enough? Because it started with the Stan Bowman hiring. No one was on board for it. Everybody forgets about it because we do. Mm-hmm. The team starts playing. They go to 2 finals. They're like, who cares? Now this comes up. And by all accounts, this guy's not a good person. Okay, I don't know him personally. I don't think Joaquin does. A lot of players, ex-players, have spoken out. Okay, a lot. A lot of the stuff he's done is out there. A bully, a horrible person. Sure, X and O's. He's good at the X and O's. Well, like Gage said, that's every coach at that level should be good at that. But we have to stop. Don't get me wrong. I want success for the Oilers, but at what cost? At what cost are we going to continue to do this and be the laughingstock and keep hiring these guys because you want your hockey team to be good? Like, hockey is a kid sport. We enjoy it. It's part of our job. We all love it. But it's not life and death, man. Like, it's Like, oh, don't worry. I don't care what he did. As long as he's a good coach for the Oilers. Like, where do we draw that line? Like, yesterday was disturbing, some of the comments being made. Like, let's just toss everything Mike Babcock's done just because he's going to coach the Oilers and potentially and hopefully lead him to a damn Stanley Cup. By all accounts, he is not a good person. But we're just going to forget about it and normalize it because we want the Oilers to win?
You know, I was thinking about yesterday, if I'm in Babcock's shoes, right?
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's done. He did them. Whether he thinks that's right or wrong or whatever, that's up to him. But I mean, don't you as a person, like, having, to me anyways, if I'm Mike Babcock, I don't know if I want to coach anymore, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to expose myself to that anymore. That's
is he going to change, Joaquin? Has he ever apologized for anything he's done?
There wasn't really an apology. It was kind of I think what he said, I've learned, I've done personal growth, but there was never really an apology.
But
right?
Personal growth, and then the next hire, he doesn't even make it to the first game because of what
because
he's doing.
still doing these weird kind of controlled, trippy things.
I just, like, there's so many coaches out there, Joaquin, and you land on this guy who has a horrible reputation, who hasn't won squat. Last Stanley Cup was 18 years ago. Last time they got out of the first round was 13 years ago. He hasn't coached in 6 years, Joaquin. His time in Toronto, he was above 500 win percentage. Let's look at the facts. And this guy's going to come in and lead you to a Stanley Cup? Like, it's just the excuses made for this guy. Well, the Oilers got to stop caring. No, you have to care because the fans pay a lot of money for this team. They go watch him. They buy the merchandise. You should care what people think. You should care. That's my point. Where do you draw the line with these hires?
Is there, though, now the ticket prices have been a conversation. People still buy them here no matter what the price is. They just keep pushing the limit, keep pushing the limit, keep pushing the line, and fans are still going to show up. The uproar from Oilers fans, especially here on Edmonton Sports Talk when Stan Bowman was first hired, and the process of how that came to be and how he might have changed as a person through that situation with Kyle Beach and the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah. There were people who were questioning their fandomship here in Edmonton of the Oilers. And now, as that goes on, they go to a Stanley Cup Final. I think it clicks back. Like, some people are so loyal to the Oilers that I don't think there may be a handful of people who say, I'm done. That they said in the past that I'm finished with this team. I can't put up with it anymore. And maybe a hiring like this can turn a few people away. But there are still those fans who, no matter what this team does, will still hold them close to their heart.
And could be right. To each their own. If you think this is a good hire, I'm not going to argue with you. Sure, go ahead. It just shows me what kind of person you are. Sorry, and it's true. Bullies defend bullies, okay? That's it. But you're right, Coop. Game 1 this year at Rogers Place, game 1 of 84, it's going to be sold out.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No one's going to care.
Everyone's going to be even more curious to see what happens, right?
And yes, this is the thing. Okay, if people are saying, well, he wasn't charged, nothing was criminal. I get it. It still doesn't stop from what he did. It's still bad. If that was done to your son or your nephew or your brother, I'm pretty sure you'd be singing a different tune. So, hey, if you want Mike Babcock, that's fine. And obviously he's going to be the guy. It's 100%.
Is it?
Well, the connections are starting to build up more. So Zach Hyman and the Hyman family own the Brantford Bulldogs. Mike Babcock's son, Michael Babcock, is having his introductory press conference as their head coach now. So how does that connection go? Like, the conversations with, I don't know, Babcock speaking with owner Daryl Cates and now the leadership group. And while it's gone as far as it's essentially confirmed, like it's imminent, we're just kind of waiting as the clock ticks on that this is going to happen too. Like, the decisions are still I wonder how that goes because Hyman was under Babcock though.
Yeah, and then
right?
they're gonna present him, and they're all gonna say the same thing. And listen, for Mike Babcock, I don't care what he says. We got to see actions. We got to see the players say, no, he has changed. He is whatever. And I'm not saying, yeah, okay, he's a hard coach. Yeah, sure, the players. I'm sure McDavid's dealt with hard coaches. They had Todd McClellan here. They had Dave Tippett here, Joaquin. They had Hitch, who by all accounts was pretty a harsh coach.
Well, it didn't change the ice time of McDavid or Draisaitl.
No, but everybody's like, oh, but he's a hard coach and you're scared of it. No one's scared. Who's scared of it? You think McDavid's scared of a hard coach?
No, it's not the hard coach. It's the past things that he's done, the questionable motivational tactics that he uses on his players border on mental abuse. And I'm from, I remember I played with some coaches that were quite harsh, but you just can't do things like that anymore. You can't do those types of things in any line of work if someone's abusive like that. So, and by all accounts, Mike Babcock all these things came out at the end of his time in Toronto, and I heard things and guys had told me things that I just couldn't believe, and then you heard some things. Other things that were let out too, and you saw some things. You saw the benching of Chelios at the outdoor game. You saw Modano not playing 1,500 games. So you could see these things happen in real time, and then you hear some of the stories. Fast forward, you get to Columbus. It says I've done some personal growth and you're still seeing the same things. I'm all for people getting a second chance, but when you squander that second chance, and when you hear people how you've affected them and you see the same type of path moving forward, I don't know if you can trust that person anymore.
And if you don't trust him, the management or even players or whatever, as you alluded to, it's going to be hard to try and show up. How are you going to trust a coach like that if he wants to ask you something personal? You want to have that connection with a coach, not just as your boss, but I don't know, somebody you want to trust or talk to or whatever, how far it may go. Now, if you're Oilers management, how much of a leash do you have to put on this guy? Do you have to watch his every single move?
Well, I'm not even talking about the X's and O's on the hockey stuff. Yeah. That's neither here nor there. Me as a former player, I find it, it's emotional to hear that if a coach is damaging, because I saw guys that that coaches were mean to and what that did to them, right? And I couldn't do anything about it. I was more worried about my job and stuff, and I'm worried about this more on a personal level than anything else. Hockey schmucky, that'll be what it is, right? But it's a weird look when you go, and Dusty's said it numerous times today, and we talked about it yesterday, that you're having to get permission from the league to hire certain personnel to see if it's okay. That's the first warning flag.
And let's move on to everybody's using the players. Okay, it was probably Connor and Draisaitl. Now people are throwing Hyman's name in there because his organization hired his son. Sure. Whatever. Just because Hyman's a good dude and he probably vouched for this guy, it doesn't change my opinion. Like, think for yourself. Who cares if Hyman likes him? Maybe Hyman's one of the players that didn't feel his wrath. Maybe Hyman's one of those guys that was just, the coach loved him.
Well, the kind of player that he is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy for any coach to love him, but somebody in the mindset and approach of Mike Babcock, I feel like that would be a player that Hyman would be a player that Babcock would praise.
And everybody's bringing up the players. Okay, fair enough. But this is my opinion. And you don't have to agree with it. And Saravalli yesterday on Stav's show said it perfectly. Okay? He said the only reason, he goes, the guy that never wanted to be a part of it, now all of a sudden is Connor McDavid. The only reason they were brought in, they had to bring them in, or it wouldn't be possible to push this through the NHLPA. Like, how can you not see that? That's legitimately why they brought the players in. Management and the owner probably went, hey, guys, we need a little push here. And sure, the players, like, what do you want McDavid and Draisaitl to say? No? And then they get criticized because they don't want to play for Mike Babcock.
Well, they don't want the narrative then becomes they're soft. They want someone that they want their ice time. They just want their points.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think it's unfair to throw the players on. They're not thrown under the bus, but it's now noted that they all agreed with this. Not all, the leadership core, right? So for me, it's just they had to do this. I think Frank said it too. He goes, the Oilers, it was malpractice if they didn't get the players involved. They have to in order to push this through for the NHLPA. So let's not sit here and act like McDavid and Draisaitl were jumping up and down and saying, yes, we got Mike Babcock. None of us know what happened in those conversations, but at least for me, I see it the same way as Frank Saravalli does. They had to do this. They needed him to do this in order to push this through so they can hire Mike Babcock. Mm-hmm. Okay? Like, I don't know who they talked to. I know it's 97 and 29 for sure. Is it Nurse? Who knows? They're trying to trade him. Who else did they talk to? Hyman, probably? Sure. But to continue to say that, the players, okay. Hey, if you're on board with Mike Babcock, all the power to you. I mean, we're not going to argue back and forth about it all day. I don't think it's a good hiring for the Edmonton Oilers. And a lot of people don't. And some people like it. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But like at the end of the day, Joaquin, people are like, you can't discount what he's done in the past. For sure. Hey, he won a Stanley Cup. It's very hard to do. But Dusty
won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but Dusty brought up a good point. Let's also look at his roster. He had one of the best defensemen to ever play the game. He hasn't done squat since he retired. He won back in 93, Joaquin. Why are we bringing that up? It's over 30 years ago. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He might help this team, sure. But again, another controversial hire for the Edmonton. Why are they always the team to do this? Why? And Elliot Friedman saying today, this was led by the owner.
Yeah.
Because the owner wants that brand, that big name, you know?
Well, I think he just thinks that this is what they need. And whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes. I don't care what he does. I don't care who he steps on. I don't care who, he hurts. All I want to do is win. Mm-hmm. And if you're okay with that, then if something if something along the line happens where someone, you start hearing the leave of absence, taking personal time, mm-hmm. that's when it gets tough, right?
Yeah, and we'll see how this group handles Mike Babcock.
Exactly.
Right? Because by all accounts, he's, we're going to see, has he evolved as a coach? Right? It's been 6 years since he's actually coached in the NHL. Has he evolved? Is he going to have I don't know how to put a nicer side? I don't know.
Who's going to want to work with them too?
Who's going to be his assistants?
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's already one for sure.
Yeah. Is this going to affect the Oilers getting UFAs?
If someone has a relationship with someone that knows some, yeah, it could. It definitely could.
And you said it. I think we're all on board for second chances. Everybody makes mistakes in life. God knows I have. Okay. And second chances, sure, you can redeem yourself. But when you've done it 3-4 times and you've never heard a peep from him actually owning up to it and saying, I made a mistake, that's concerning. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he can't change. Maybe he does. And maybe he comes in and he's a completely different guy. But we won't, on the surface, we won't know, Joaquin, because we're not in that room. We're not in the hotels. We're not traveling with the team. We won't know that. The only way we'll know that is through the players. And the players are usually pretty coy about stuff like that happens between them and the coach. Because when they do the press conference to announce them, of course they're going to sugarcoat it and say all the right things.
I mean, we'll probably get to it too, but pretty ambitious of Stoff to say McDavid's going to sign a 7-year extension.
Yeah, I guess he was on a show today out east, and he said he's pretty sure he's going to sign a 7-year deal.
Wow.
Big U. You know what they say, fourth chance is the charm. And listen, you don't have to agree with me. I don't like the hire. From everything we've heard of this guy, I don't like it. I don't think it's good for the culture of the team. I don't think this is going to take him to the next step. But that's just me. You don't have to agree, and I don't have to agree with you. That's why we have these conversations. We all have different opinions, and keep it respectful. If you're an asshat, you're going to get blocked. It's that simple, okay? Not being rude. No one's being rude here. But if you don't agree, we can have a conversation. It's that simple. We got to get to DVD, Joaquin.
Okay.
Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas here. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Coming up next. Oh, we do have River Hawks vouchers. We have 4 of them today. So last week I tried to give these away. No one wanted them.
Really?
Yeah.
It was the weather problem.
I asked 2 people and they didn't respond. So please only play today with our trivia if you want to go to the game. Matthew Wanick will get in touch with you, send those vouchers over, and you can attend a Riverhawks game, which they kick off a series today against Victoria down at the good old park down there in downtown Edmonton. Nate the Builder, one thing's for sure, this season's going to be interesting, if nothing else. Yeah, 100%. This team never disappoints.
Nope.
And just let's be honest, fucking, they're probably going to come out like 8-0. It's shut us all up.
What gives you that idea? That's always a slow start.
Well, because they've had more time off.
Oh,
new coach, and then because so much people are against this, and then all the people that were for it, they'll be like, "Told you, Hernan, you idiot!"
All of a sudden, Babcock jerseys.
All right, let's keep the conversation going. 780-218-9999. Nasty chat and slam that thumbs up for us. DVD on the other side of the break from Las Vegas.
The Golden Knights lead 2-1 entering Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Noah Hannafin, Braden McNabb are each expected to play for Vegas after missing yesterday's skate. Carolina goes with Frederik Andersen in net. Carter Hart takes the crease for Vegas. In other news, the Wild have re-upped 31-year-old Michael McCarron to a 6-year deal worth $20 million. McCarron had 5 points in 20 games for Minnesota following a midseason trade from Nashville. Elsewhere, the Kings have officially hired Peter Laviolette as their next head coach, replacing interim bench boss DJ Smith. Laviolette didn't coach last season after being fired by the Rangers following the 2024-25 campaign. Blue Jays baseball, Dylan Cease gets the start for Game 2 against the Phillies. First pitch just after 5. Zach Wheeler going for Philadelphia. And to get things going, the Orioles and Mariners match up just after 4:30, while the Dodgers challenge the Pirates at 4:40. West Coast League action. It's the Riverhawks back at home for the next 6 games. They host the Harbor Cats tonight. Listen to the full game on any of EST's audio streams. First pitch just after 7, and find the full schedule at edmontonsportstalk.com. Derek Van Diest up next here on EST Afternoons. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Darren Dreger. For all the warts and the flaws that Oilers fans may believe Darnell Nurse has, there's a reservation, I'm sure, from other NHL clubs, mostly financially. But again, that's a relatively short term here in the bigger picture. And the view of Darnell Nurse as an NHL defenseman, I think, would be a lot higher than what maybe Oilers fans would think.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
There's one game that kicks off summer. Elks football is back, and the best way to experience the home opener is being there when it happens. For every catch, every tackle, every touchdown, hear the roar of the crowd that's been waiting for this moment. Elks, Alouettes at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium, June 20th. Presented by James H. Brown, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Lock in your tickets for the home opener now before they're gone at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer's men's national team. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Get ready for a night of legendary Canadian rock. The River Cree Resort and Casino presents Honeymoon Suite live on June 25th. Sing along to the hits that defined a generation, including New Girl Now, Feel It Again, and more, as Honeymoon Suite takes the stage for one unforgettable night of music and energy. Don't miss Honeymoon Suite June 25th at River Cree Resort and Casino. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, and Zach Kubish with you. Reminder, 3 o'clock. It is the Reed Wilkins Show. They got the Mark... I was going to say they got the Mark Killam. They have Mark Killam joining them on the show. As well as Boom Boom Sean Bell.
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Sean
like
Bell.
His take on it.
Oh, yeah. We'll see what happens. This is EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports Talk. All our guests are brought to you by Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's a game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. And with that, we bring in live from Las Vegas our good buddy Derek Van Diest from NHL.com. DVD, how's Vegas treating you? Oh, you're muted. It's his earbuds? Oh, okay. We'll figure it out. Oh, there we go. There
it is.
Yeah. It's the setting on the computer. I'm sorry. It defaults to like something weird. But no, Vegas is treating me well. Things are going well here. So
nice. All right. Derek, you cover the Edmonton Oilers on a regular basis, along with the teams out here in the West. The news from Darren Dreger yesterday that the Oilers are close to hiring Mike Babcock to become the next coach of the Edmonton Oilers. So I'm going to ask you, DVD, right off the hop, why are the Oilers always the team hiring controversial figures?
I don't think they have a game plan. I think they're really flying by the seat of their pants here. And it's been a kind of just a calamity of missteps and mistakes, and like, do they know what they're doing? And I think that's a question. I think their plan A was, let's get Bruce Cassidy, let's make him our coach. We'll let Chris Knobloch go, and we'll go from there. And let's move on. Like, this has turned into such a debacle when it comes to coaching. And now, for whatever reason, Vegas doesn't give him permission to talk to Bruce Cassidy. I don't know if he has in his contract a no-compete clause or a no-out clause or whatever. So I don't know what that contract looks like. So I think Vegas might be they're going to say, we're not going to pay you $4.5 million to go coach against us in our own division. So that makes sense to me. Like, if that's what it says in the contract, there's no compete clause and there's no compete clause. So now the owner is like, oh, okay. They leak it. I know I'm almost 1,000% sure they leaked it, that Vegas wasn't allowing the Oilers to talk to Cassidy. Kelly McCrimmon said the Oilers leaked it. I think we all know where that leak came from, right? I don't think there's a lot of secrets. And then suddenly they're like, oh, yeah, sorry, we had a coach under contract who really hasn't started his contract, and now we're trying to, it's like, I don't know. It's so now they got to get rid of the coach they had because it's obvious they were looking for another coach, and now they can't get the coach that they wanted. So now we're like, well, who's out there? Like, who's out there? And they go, well, what about this guy who hasn't coached in what is it, 6 years and hasn't won a playoff series in 10? Why don't we get him? Let's get that guy. So it just seems like it's it just a calamity of mistakes and missteps, and they're just flying by the seat of their pants here. They have other issues to worry about. They need to get their roster filled. They need to figure out what's going to be, how they're going to kind of replace what they're missing on the roster. And now they've spent the last 3 weeks figuring out a coaching situation, which may not get solved for another week or week and a half. It's just a calamity of errors, and they're starting to stack up one after the other.
DVD, what do you think the pivot? Why not wait, whatever it is, 5 more days to see if the ability to talk to Cassidy becomes available? Why the sudden change? Did the success of Tortorella coaching the Vegas Knights and getting to the Stanley Cup Final make the Edmonton Oilers question that Cassidy was their guy in the first place?
No, I think it may have. Well, it depends what they're looking for. Like, are they looking for a guy to come in here for 1 year, the most critical year maybe in Oilers franchise history, and try and take this team to the Stanley Cup, hoping that that's enough to convince the star player to stay beyond his current 2-year contract? Or is it just, or do they actually think that Babcock will be able to somehow magically turn things around here and get that window open again that's been shutting for the last year? Maybe he can pry it open and you go from there, and then you can convince McDavid, you know what, we have another opportunity here. Stick around for longer than 2 years, and then we'll keep going here. I'm not sure what the situation is. And now you're getting a guy that was happily retired. He had told Darren Dreger 3 weeks ago, I'm retired. I'm done. It's over. I'm enjoying life, right? And now you're going to beg him to come out of retirement. It's funny. It's like I'm friends with Paul McLean. We did a coaching column with NHL.com, and he texted me. He's like, "Oh, I can't believe they didn't call me." I was like, "Well, I can't believe it either." Apparently they've been calling all these other people. It's like, but I just don't think they have a game plan. I think they're, and that's the problem here. And all the steps that they're taking are missteps. That who knows if Babcock is a changed guy? Do people really change? Is tactics going to change? Is like the way he deals with players? Is that going to change? And it's funny because everyone says, well, you need a coach here with structure. You need a coach that's going to hold McDavid and Draisaitl accountable. Well, remember when Knobloch tried to hold Draisaitl accountable? The guy pouted, and then they had to put him back in the lineup. You're going to tell McDavid, stay out. You can't go out of the power play for more than a minute and 10 seconds. He's going to go, whatever. Those guys do whatever they want. I don't care what coach you bring in here. I don't care if it's Babcock or anyone else. Those guys are going to do whatever they want because they're running the team. I don't care who's behind the bench. You're not going to bench McDavid. You're not going to bench Draisaitl, right? And because they were the one time Knobloch tried to do it, it became a big issue. So I don't know. Does Babcock come in here? Like, does he change his stripes? I don't know. I don't know what the situation is here, but they're spinning it hard. Like, I know they're spinning it hard. This is the guy. This is the guy we want. This is the guy that's going to come in here and help us. I don't know. Like, he hasn't won in a long, long time. Like, he hasn't won a playoff series in a long, long time. So it's, you bring in a guy in here. I can understand a guy that's got the pedigree and understands the generation of today, and he understands how you deal with players and how you can. Some guys you got to coddle, some guys you got to kick. And I think that's the big thing about coaching is that you have to deal with everyone individually. How well does he know this team? How well does he know this group? What can he get out of this group? I don't know. It just seems to me that it's just they're flying by the seat of their pants here, hoping something sticks. And what if the NHLPA says, wait a minute, let's go and investigate what happened in Columbus, and they don't like what they find? Like, what if that happens? And then what if there's some players on the Oilers saying, you know what, we heard what happened with this guy, with Franson and Medano and Chelios and, all those other guys. We understand what happened with them. I don't think I can play for a coach like that. What happens if players start saying, I don't feel comfortable? playing for this guy.
But Derek,
then you're a problem.
Yeah, Derek Van Diest from NHL.com. Well, let's stay there because the reports from the people in the know that have said it's 100% going to be Mike Babcock that said the players have signed off on this. The leadership core have signed off on this. I said it in the opening segment. I think they had to go to the players in order to get it past the NHLPA. I don't think this is just all the Edmonton Oilers saying, yay, Mike Babcock. What are your thoughts on those comments that the Oilers leadership core is okay with this hire?
Well, that's interesting because who's the head of the PA for the Edmonton Oilers? Like Darnell Nurse. And isn't he be rumored to be his foot out the door here? Yeah. Right? So, like, that's okay. Nurse says, yeah, bring him in. I'm leaving anyway. I don't care. So, I think that's one of the situations. Like, who's the okay? Yes, you have to have McDavid. You have to have Draisaitl. You have to have those guys. Yes, they agree with it. But it was never the core guys that had issues with Babcock. It was he bully younger guys, or he kind of play these games with different players, with the rookies, and like it's one of those things. Yeah, the core guys said, yeah, bring whoever in. I don't care. We're going to do the things that we do anyway. Like, you're not going to bench McDavid. You're not going to bench Draisaitl. So they signed off on it. They said, hey, what do you guys think of Babcock? Hey, yeah, that might work. I just think the players, and McDavid has said this in the past, it's not my job to hire the coach.
Yes.
It's not my job to bring in the players. That's someone else's job. And he was not happy when they fired Jay Woodcroft. Remember that? I remember talking about that. He goes, I know what their narrative is. We're not happy that Jay Woodcroft got fired. So obviously they didn't consult him on that. But that's not his job. That's not the player's job. The player's job is to play for whoever they bring in here. And I understand you can consult them, but when you're asking the players, hey, is this okay? Is this okay? Then you're asking them too much. Like, you're going to ask McDavid to make trades now as well for you. Like, I'm sorry. It's just those guys play, managers manage. And yeah, it's sure the core, like if someone says to me, this is your new boss, you're like, yeah, whatever. Sure. I just don't think there's a lot of thought put into that.
So, well, I'll ask you if there is thought put into, okay, if this is done 100%, Mike Babcock, after the final's done, he's the next coach of the Edmonton Oilers. What's the next step? What's in that non-plan that they need to get done before, say, July 1st or, towards the start of the season?
Well, number one is their goalie situation. Right now, we're hearing that Sebastian Costa is going to come in here and they're going to run with Costa and Jari. Costa played one game last year in the NHL. You look at his AHL numbers; they're pretty good. But we all know Costa from him being here with the Oil Kings, right? So he's not. So that's the number one. Solve the goaltending issue. What are you doing with Darnell Nurse? Now they're saying that he's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. Is he in or is he out? Now you got to kind of revamp your defensive core. You got to go out and kind of build that I guess that support cast that you had 2 years ago when you went to the Cup Final and were a goal away from winning it. That cast has been torn apart, ripped apart, and the core is 3 years older now. So you got to have to kind of rebuild that cast, which is just, it's kind of, that was one of the big reasons these guys went to the Cup Final. So there's a lot of work to do. I think the number one thing is to show up your goalie. Are you comfortable with Jerry and Costa? I don't know. Would Oilers fans be with that? A guy that came in, didn't play particularly well, lost his starting spot, and then a rookie that has promise but only played one game last season for the Red Wings. I don't know. Like, that's, if you're comfortable with that, okay, go with that, and then we'll see. Build up the defense, but there's a lot of work to be done to kind of get this roster back to a championship contender, in my opinion. And they've spent so much time with this coaching issue, this coaching situation, where they had a guy that they had just signed and they could just go with. It's just been a mess, a failure so far, and you got to turn it around. This is the most important offseason maybe in Oilers history, and it hasn't gone off to a great start.
Well, let's just, the leak on the Knobloch, the leak on the Darnell Nurse late last week, the leak on this with Mike Babcock. I mean, it's just like DVD. I think you nailed it there. Like, sometimes I think they don't know what they're doing. And, Elliot Freeman's reporting that, again, this decision is coming from the top, from the owner, Daryl Cates. And I got to be honest, I can't fathom, DVD, what Daryl Cates is thinking here. Like, I get he's a fan. He owns the team he grew up cheering for. He likes the old school guys. He likes the big names. But man, he's getting a lot wrong in his time with the Edmonton Oilers as the owner.
Well, I think you have to go and back and say, well, who's influencing the owner? Who's got the ear of the owner, right? And I think that's what you kind of have to look back and like, is Paul Coffey still in the mix? Like, is he still an advisor to the owner? Is there someone else? We all know another guy that has influence on this team, and he's the one guy that's been here throughout all the coaches and all the general managers, right? He's got some influence. Who else has influence? Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's not, when you're the owner of a hockey team, you should hire the guy. This is your guy. You make the decisions. I'll stay out of it. But if he's got influence over coaching decisions and this decisions and roster decisions, then you're back to where you were at the beginning when this team was just spinning its wheels because they were getting so many suggestions from so many people, and they just didn't have one guy at the top. And even their management structure right now, who's calling the shots? Is it Bowman? Is it Coffey? Is it Jackson? Like, who is calling the shots here? Because you need one guy to call the shots. You need one guy to be the boss. And right now, no one seems to know who the boss is. We know who the owner is, but who's influencing the owner?
Oh, yeah, that's yeah, but what happens here? Like, does the buck stop with Cates now? Is that what we're looking at? Just because we really don't know who is in charge?
I think so. Like, it stops with him, but is he in a position to make some of these decisions, or is he like, he's getting the proper influence to make these decisions? Like, the whole point, I think, early on in his tenure was that, he's meddling a little too much. He's meddling a little too much. We're making decisions based, on his recommendations. And they brought in a guy. They brought in Chiarelli. No, the buck stops with Chiarelli. They realized he was the wrong guy. Then they brought in Holland. The buck stops with Holland. And then, like, they had success on Kenny Holland. And then they said, oh, well, we're going to go in a different direction. And they're going the wrong way. And that's exactly what Draisaitl and McDavid said. We're going the wrong way here. We got to turn this thing around, and they got to turn around quickly. But I think, the buck stops with the owner. And who's getting influence from it. I think he's got to look at that and say, okay, am I getting good advice here? Am I getting bad advice here? Is this working out well? Because when you have an owner that basically surrounds himself with yes men, and let's be honest, this is what we have here, right? No one's going to disagree with him. And when you don't disagree with the guy at the top, it's never going to work out. And that's the one thing I admired so much about Ken Holland. He surrounded himself with smart people, and not necessarily people that always agreed with whatever decision he was making. You go around the room, you get thoughts on other people. You need differing opinions. And right now, it looks like this organization is just, okay, the owner wants this. Let's make the owner happy. Let's do this for the owner. There's no pushback and saying, no, that's not a good idea. Maybe we should try something else. Maybe we should do something else. And I think you need that in an organization. You need different voices. You need different opinions. And you can't just all fall in line with the opinion of the guy paying the bills.
Well, that's the incredibly hard thing when they're all yes men. Like,
yes.
You're right. Because let's be honest, DVD, Daryl Cates is a billionaire. He's successful as you know what. He's not a dumb man.
No, he's not.
So like you're not where he is in life because you're an idiot.
No, you're smart in business, but maybe when it comes to, hockey operations, maybe I'm sure it's tough for him, because I'm sure he wants to win as badly as anyone else. Like, there's 32 owners in the league. They all want to win, right? And not everyone can win, obviously. And you look at the owner here in Vegas, right? You look at the owner in Vegas. He's just a money guy, and he said he's given control of his team to Kelly McCrimmon, and he said, you run the hockey team the way you need to run the hockey team and do what you feel you need to do. And he has carte blanche to just do whatever he needs to do to win. And that's why we're in the situation we're in here with Vegas. Ruthless or not, like whatever you think about Kelly McCrimmon, the way he approaches things, he's successful, gets it done. But I don't think he's getting influenced by the owner. I don't think the owner's talking to him and saying, hey, let's fire this coach and get this other coach. Hey, let's get rid of this guy and bring in this other guy here. I think the owner here, Bill Foley, is saying, you're going to run my hockey team. You're going to win at any cost. I don't care what it costs. I don't care what you need. if I got to pay a coach $4.5 million not to coach my hockey team, then you do that. And I think that's what you have to do. Bring in smart people, let them run your organization, get out of their way. And I think that's always been the issue here in Edmonton, is that just too many cooks in the kitchen, too many opinions, and it's just not working. It hasn't worked in a long time. Had they not fallen into Connor McDavid, where would this organization be? That's always the question I ask. My God, these guys were given a gift, and you're getting towards the end of the McDavid era here, and you're thinking, you're going to look back at it and go, man, they made a lot of mistakes when this kid came in here. They should have been a lot more a contender almost every year since McDavid and Draisaitl have been here. But they wasted the front end of their careers. Now we're getting to the back end of their careers, and they're trying to salvage something. And something's got to change, because whatever system they have in place is not working, and it hasn't worked for the longest time.
DVD, great stuff as always. Quickly, does Carolina bounce back today and even up the series?
I'm not sure, because I like the way Vegas is playing right now. And now there's a question of who's starting in net, who's going to be your goalie. And I think anytime a team gets into a situation where you're not sure who your goalie is going to be, they won't tell you who's starting. I was a little surprised that Brendan Moore didn't say, no, Anderson's our guy, this our guy. We're not going to panic yet. We're not going to make a change. But now all the speculation is, well, do they make a change and go? Yeah. And once you get into that situation, it kind of disrupts your team. I don't care that it's a distraction. They're like, doesn't matter for us who starts. I think you needed to go with a guy. We'll find out here in a couple hours who he's going to start. But I do just think that Vegas right now, the way they're rolling and the experience they have on their team, they smell blood in the water here, and they know that if they go up 3-1, this series is pretty much over. So they're going to be a fired up team, and they're very motivated and very experienced, and I think they'll be leaning on that experience tonight.
DVD, you're the best. Thank you so much for joining us from Vegas. Enjoy the game tonight. Behave yourself, and I'm sure we'll chat again.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, buddy. Portions of this hour brought to you by Lamley's, built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Area Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamley's can make your work day better.
LAMMLES.
Back with more here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan and Salas. Here's a sports update with Coop.
The Golden Knights lead 2-1 entering Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final against the Hurricanes. Noah Hannafin and Brayden McNabb are each expected to play for Vegas after missing yesterday's skate. The goaltenders for either side are yet to be confirmed. Elsewhere, the Kings have officially hired Peter Laviolette as their next head coach, replacing interim bench boss DJ Smith. In Canadian soccer news, Jaden Nelson is replacing Marcel Flores on the World Cup roster, having Canada open the tournament Friday afternoon against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Blue Jays baseball, Dylan Cease gets to start Game 2 of their series against the Phillies. First pitch just after 5. Zach Wheeler goes on the bump for Philadelphia. In West Coast League action, the Riverhawks are back home for the next 6 games. They host the Harbor Cats tonight. Listen to the full game on any of EST's audio streams. Find the full schedule at edmontonsportstalk.com. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. The conversation continues after the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
I understand and I respect second chances, but why is it always this franchise that has to go and resuscitate careers? If it works, great. But it's like, well, this guy you can't touch with a 10-foot pole because he did this, this, and this, and a criminal rap sheet, and this. Well, the Oilers might take him. Why does it have to be Edmonton?
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons, 1:54 on this Tuesday afternoon. William Huff Studios, Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubish with you. Kind of went long with DVD to this little shorter segment coming up. Hour 2, Screw Let's Do a Parlay. Justin Dunk. We will talk. We got to do Noticias too for the Edmonton Oaks. And we roll along here on an interesting week. It's probably going to slow down towards the end. And then next week we'll probably pick up with the announcement of the Oilers' new head coach. And then we'll run with that. And then we get into free agency and the draft and all that fun stuff. We'll see what the Oilers will do with Darnell Nurse. We'll see what they do in terms of bringing in UFAs. Will they resign Dickinson and Murph? Those are the questions. And I'll ask you this, I guess, the rumors of Sebastian Cossa. Listen, I think there's something there with Sebastian Cossa, but like our guest from Detroit said yesterday, he's played 45 minutes of NHL hockey. I'm not against Sebastian Cossa becoming an Edmonton Oiler, but in such an important year, you're going to run with Tristan Jarry, who struggled mightily last year, and a guy who has 45 minutes of NHL ice time. Joaquin, is that the best situation for the Oilers in terms of their goaltending?
Yes.
You think it's good?
You didn't listen. You never listened to me. You didn't listen to me on the previous show?
Well, I was chopping up the lock
I'm never
jump.
listening to you anymore. I laid it out for you. I love it. I think it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to know why?
Yes, I do.
Because it's a good situation to have. You have a guy that has been in the league a long time and didn't have a good year.
Yeah.
Right? And that's Tristan Jarry. He wants to rebound. He's back. He lives here.
Yeah.
Okay? He wants to win here. I'm sure. I'd be shocked if he's not working his butt off right now to get ready for next year. Okay? Then you have Sebastian Cossa coming back, somewhat like Jarry, to a place where he's had success before. He wants to establish himself as a number one goaltender. He's chasing the old, the old guard guy. That it's his job, and he's got to track him down. I like that kind of relationship, that type of scenario. You got the young guy craving the power, and the other one having it. It's the rule of two.
No, you're not wrong, Joaquin, but let's just say, just for what if, just for fun, Jari struggles again out of the gate, and then you're banking it on a young goaltender with not a lot of NHL experience. Is that ideal?
Yeah, I look, they're both extremely talented goaltenders. And at the end of the day, you just need one of them to be good for 2.5 months.
Yeah, that's good. It'll get to the playoffs.
And you can't, and they're both more than capable of putting 2.5 months of really good hockey together where they're really feeling it. So you have to be good throughout the regular season, but I like that kind of that type of dynamic between a young goaltender and an old veteran. I had that a little bit when I played. I had Bill Ranford, right, when I first, and then I had Cujo.
Yeah.
I was a little bit older. I was closer in age to Tommy Salo, but I was still a younger guy, right? So I think this is a good scenario to go in. Two hungry goaltenders looking to prove something. That's what you want.
Because I think Klima's Lid's the one that had it last night, and he's been right a lot. So he said today, he goes, he thinks it fell through, but he still thinks it's going to happen down the road. So take that for what it's worth. But Klima's Lid is someone I don't know personally. I just know him from his Twitter handle. But since like mid-season last year, everything he's tweeted out has come true. So I have no reason not to believe that this is something that...
Is he a time traveler, this guy?
I don't know. But we'll see if this happens. I mean, you're getting a good young goaltender who had, he's got good numbers in the AHL. Like you said, a former Edmonton Oil King. Really good with the Oil Kings here. So, we'll wait and see what happens. But it's going to be an interesting offseason. Because if it's Babcock, the coach, we have to be intrigued with who his assistants are going to be. Because probably all the guys that are here that haven't
already got one. Who's the...
Yeah, but he might not want them, right? He might say, I want full control.
But doesn't he have a contract? They're going to pay another assistant coach?
They might have to, right? So I'm intrigued to see who he brings in.
Do you think Babcock has enough say to say, no?
I think he might. He's a veteran guy. From all accounts, the smartest man in the room vibe, so I can see him saying, I want my guys. And listen, most coaches do that, Joaquin, right? Like for some coaches, it kind of sucks to inherit some of the assistants that you maybe don't work well with.
Yeah, you want your own. If I was a head coach, I would want my own people there, right? There are people that I've had who I'd be looking forward to working with, or my people that I've had past experience with, especially at the NHL level.
And I think they had it. I think it was a few picks going back to Detroit for Sebastian Cossa, which is good because you're not giving up a good piece, right? Like draft picks are draft picks. Like they can turn out to be something special, or they can be a bust, right, Joaquin? So we'll wait and see on that front. Also intrigued to see where Connor Ingram ends up, because I think there's a quality goalie there.
I'm quite. There's probably been some sort of talks, right?
Yeah,
you would think.
Yeah, I think
if there's
got to be something, right?
There's.
It sounds like Pickard has moved on. We still have Tompkins and Unger in the minors.
I think they told him that at the beginning, right? But I think they thought about re-signing Ingram.
Yeah.
But this is what I was worried about, was the numbers probably closer to Jari's than anything else, which is warranted.
Yeah. Smitty the Welder says rumors are Jari won't play for Babcock. Smitty, I'm not saying that this is not true, but just where are you seeing that? Just because I want to check it out for myself, but that's interesting. I mean,
we don't know if Kossa's coming here or not. It's just
it's speculation at this point.
Until just listen to the big dogs. If they start saying it, then
and that's the thing, right? So it's man, what a fascinating offseason, Joaquin. Is this much more fun than going to the Stanley Cup Finals? Because last year we were right in the thick of it.
Oh
yeah.
Right, we were, weren't we?
Yeah.
What was the series? Were the Oilers up? Or was it tied?
Well, it was tied at 1, and then I think the Oilers took game 3.
Yeah, I think
and didn't
they did.
Florida win 3 straight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that right?
I think so. Or did they lose?
Or did the Oilers win?
The Oilers won game 1, lost game 2.
Both in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then game 3 in Florida. I think the Oilers won that one. And then 4 they lost, 5 they lost.
6 they
lost.
Yeah. Yeah, we were right in the thick of it, Joaquin. Very tired, Hernan, too. Remember how cranky I was?
Oh, you were awful. you had no juice.
No, the juice was all.
Yeah, you were
there's
pulp free.
There's no juice left in that. Oh man!
You watch the game. I don't care.
Yeah, they lost.
Good.
Good. I need this to be over. We'll see. I mean, hey, listen, the Oilers, and Dusty said it after Durant. He thanked the Oilers for the entertainment value. It is entertaining. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. And
they're not doing this down in Miami. I mean, they got their coach.
When they announced
their goalies. I guess Bob. They don't know what's going on with Bob. You think they're talking about Bobrovsky every day?
Yeah. When they announced Babs, and by the time August rolled around, I mean, everybody's going to be okay with it, and we're going to move forward and hope for the Oilers to make it back to another Stanley Cup. Let's be honest. That's what it's going to be.
I picture Babs and remember he would do interviews and he'd always go for his run. Like he'd run around the rink though, right? So he'd come in all sweaty and start talking to reporters after he worked out. I hope he does that again.
So Nate the Builder says Oilers had the big comeback win in game 4, then lost 5 and 6. Okay.
Okay.
So they were down 2-1 and then they tied it at 2 and lost the final 2.
Who scored an OT?
Draisaitl, wasn't it?
No, that was here.
That was here? A good question. Nuge? Who scored the overtime winner in game 4 for the Oilers? Is Babcock official for McDavid? No.
According to Stoff.
He said 100%.
Yeah.
So. But it's not official by the club. But it's official by Stoff, who's...
The club.
The club. So yeah, take that. See, Penner's Pancake says it was Leon. So did he score 2?
Oh, maybe he did.
Interesting. Hey, the Afternoon Inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour. It's $5.25 drinks. It's all beers, select premium well highballs, and select premium wine. Available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. That does it for hour 1 here. Fun conversation about Mike Babcock. Hey, no, we're not always all going to agree.
Mike Babcock, not by Michael.
Mike Babcock. Michael coaches a junior team, I guess. Yeah. Hyman's?
Yes.
Coob's all over that
Brantford
story.
Bulldogs.
The Brantford Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wallman scored in game 4. The overtime.
Yeah. Well, no, Leon did. Wallman scored late.
Oh, okay. I'm confused. I'm just going to look at it.
Mex says, Stop also said we're getting Justin Danforth.
That's old school. I think we were still at 1260 when that broke. Hour 2, we're going to talk some CFL. Screw, let's do a parlay. We're going to look ahead to Stanley Cup Finals, game 4 tonight. And, of course, we got Noticias still to come. Don't go anywhere. Keep slamming that thumbs up for us. We're back after the break.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. You should have stopped when you had to think about consulting with the flippin' NHLPA about a conduct of a person. And you want to put him behind your bench in one of the most critical times in this organization's career? Is this a dream? Is this April 1st? Unless you're just trying to demolish this team.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon, 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves. Get ready for a night of legendary Canadian rock. The River Cree Resort and Casino presents Honeymoon Suite live on June 25th. Sing along to the hits that defined a generation, including New Girl Now, Feel It Again, and more. As Honeymoon Suite takes the stage for one unforgettable night of music and energy. Don't miss Honeymoon Suite June 25th at River Cree Resort and Casino. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
There's one game that kicks off summer. Elks football is back, and the best way to experience the home opener is being there when it happens. For every catch, every tackle, every touchdown, hear the roar of the crowd that's been waiting for this moment. Elks, Alouettes at Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium, June 20th. Presented by James H. Brown, Alberta Injury Lawyers. Lock in your tickets for the home opener now before they're gone at goelks.com/tickets. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year.
Looking for a delicious meal without the hassle? Head to Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the game day meal. From handcrafted fresh pasta with rich homemade sauces to ready-to-heat family meals, Pasta Pantry brings authentic Italian flavor straight to your table. For over 30 years, Pasta Pantry has served hot, delicious comfort food made right in our kitchen. We do it fast so you can slow down. Visit Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park today and taste the difference fresh makes. Pasta Pantry, real food, real fast, real good.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. Had a good day? It's time for happy hour. Bad day? Oof, happy hour. Boss said great job? Happy hour. Boss said let's circle back? Ugh, definitely happy hour. Got a promotion? Happy hour. Spilled coffee on your shirt 5 minutes after getting dressed? Ugh, happy hour. So whether you're celebrating or recovering, our happy hour starts at just $3.99. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
It's a 2-1 series in favor of the Golden Knights entering Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Noah Hannafin and Brady McNabb each expected to play for Vegas after missing yesterday's skate. Goaltenders are unconfirmed for the matchup tonight. Elsewhere, the Kings, they've officially hired Peter Laviolette as their next head coach. He replaces interim bench boss DJ Smith. To Canadian soccer, Jaden Nelson is replacing Marcelo Flores on the World Cup roster, having Canada open the tournament this Friday afternoon against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Blue Jays baseball, Dylan Cease gets a start for Game 2 of their series against the Phillies. First pitch just after 5. Zach Wheeler going on the bump for Philadelphia. We also see the Yankees and Guardians matchup. The Twins and Tigers hit the field while the Dodgers square off against the Pirates. West Coast League action. The Riverhawks are back at home for the next 6 games. They host the Harbor Cats tonight. Listen to the full game right here on any of EST's audio streams. Find the full schedule at edmontonsportstalk.com. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of EST Afternoon starts right now.
Hey, it's hour 2 here on EST Afternoon. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan and Salas. Zach Kubish with you. My guy, Koob. Looking sharp in red.
Kind of look like Tiger Woods a little bit with the black hat and the red polo. Both aren't Nike, though. Just the hat. Yeah. I wore that today. I looked in the mirror and I said, I'm going to bring the greatest out in myself today. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
Nice. Sunday Coob over there.
There we go. Yeah.
Coming up in about 10 minutes time, Justin Dunkerum's 3 Down Nation. We'll go around the CFL, have a nice conversation there. Screw Let's Do It parlay still to come. Like always, hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Nasty chat and slam that thumbs up. I saw we were close to 50, so let's get there. Let's get there by the next segment. Let's go. Let's go. Joaquin, like always, we're brought to you by, or we're coming to you from the William Huff Studios. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. We asked Stevie D the question. I'm going to ask you, Carolina even it up today?
Yeah, I like how I think they do though. But Stevie D laid some good. He's on the same line that I am, where I do like the way that the Knights are playing right now. I think it's a good style. For the past two games, they've played a great 50 minutes essentially.
Yeah,
and then it's kind of fallen apart. Very interesting game because both teams. Yeah, I think both teams have to feel okay about where they're at. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with the Hurricanes, we've only really been able to play our game for 20 minutes and out of 120 minutes, but they were still in it till the end.
That's the thing. Has Carolina played their best game yet?
No, you haven't seen a full. I think they've played well.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hard-nosed series, right? Like one slight little mistake. Because let's just look back at last game. The start, Carolina had, I would say, the edge of the play, not domination by any means, but what happens? Knights, I think they had two shots at the time. Get a goal, gets called back. Get one more shot, goes in, gets called back. And that boosted them a little bit. And then, of course, they start rolling and get that lead. But if I'm Rod Brendamore, I'm like, look, boys, we got to start it. Let's get the first goal, first of all. Let's make sure that we get that first one and start rolling a little bit later. We can't wait to the last 10 minutes of each game, and hopefully we pull this thing out.
I think it's key to get the first goal tonight.
Yeah.
And then nothing confirmed, obviously, because it's the finals, but Brandon Bussi looks like he's going to get the start.
That's what they keep saying, but we don't know for sure.
We don't know for sure.
Because Freddie, it said on TSN, it said Bussi gets the start because he was in the starter's net, but I don't think Anderson was even on the ice.
Yeah, I don't think he was on the ice.
So, he's going to take the starter's net, usually in that case, right? Then the third goalie, whoever that was probably in there. It's interesting, though, because I think I told you, I was watching with my buddies, and we thought after the game was 2-0 that you should have got Anderson out of there.
Yeah.
Because he had allowed 4 already, essentially.
I agree 100%. Let's get to Noticias for the Edmonton Elks. The Edmonton Elks home opener June 20th. It's going to be big, so lock in your tickets at goelks.com/tickets. Hit it, Coop. He's not even paying attention.
I'm always paying attention, Hernan.
Love you, Coop. Our mic's live? Game 4, 6 o'clock tonight. Michael McCarron, a nice little fourth liner. Went from Nashville to Minnesota, signs a 6-year deal with an AAV of 3.3. Good for him. And he was good for Minnesota.
Who's this?
Michael McCarron, the big guy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How much?
3.3.
Good for him.
Spurs back in the series, 115-111 win. Wemby and Brunson, both 32 points. Just another outstanding game. Disappointing, Joaquin. I always laugh when I see fights at sporting events, but it's Knicks fans against Knicks fans.
Ooh.
Yeah, what are we doing, people? What are we doing? Stop fighting at events. What do you do? You're going to watch your team play. I know you're a little upset because they lost.
How can you tell, whatever your political alliances go, how can you tell the president of the United States never played sports? Because it's the finals and you're disrupting everyone's routine.
Yeah.
They had to get to the thing hours before the game.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
Just stay home.
Watch on TV like a normal person. Or just go without your entourage then. All right? Yeah. Don't do that. Because, who knows? Knicks lose this thing?
Oh, baby. The Trump curse will be real. Hey, how about this? Justin Rankin named the first star of the week in the CFL.
Of course he was.
Robert Kennedy III was the number 2 star. And Jake Serezna, after a 3-sack game, he had 1 last year, Joaquin, is the 3rd star. So good for Justin Rankin. Jaden Nelson will be replacing Marcelo Flores for Team Canada's World Cup. That was announced today. The roster is set. Looks like Bombito will be on the roster. That's good news for the Canadian national team. Of course, the World Cup starts on Thursday, Joaquin. Riverhawks start a 3-game set at home tonight against the Victoria Harbor Cats. That should be fun. Looks like the weather, some dark clouds rolling in. Hopefully it holds off for everybody attending the game. The GF is going to that game with their work. So
nice.
Yeah.
Second time they're playing the Victoria Harbor Cats. They went on the road for 6 games, but they played 3 against them, went 1-2.
Okay, there you have it. And the Blue Jays lost yesterday 5-2. Dylan Cease versus Zach Wheeler in game 2 today. And we'll see what happens in that squad. I'm excited for the Screw. Let's do a parlay. We can go to the Chell. We can go to the major leagues. Where else can we go? That's about it, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Some weird bet like Gage likes to do from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we got race week too, man. They're in Barcelona.
It's a new track,
right? Yeah,
baby.
yeah. I was watching Tim's hit, or not. Did he do a hit on TS? Something Tim was talking about the new track. So it's going to be very interesting. Can Kimmy win his 6th straight walk? That's going to be the big question.
It was funny because I was listening to 2 guys talking about George Russell and how they went back. Like, he won the first race of the year.
Yeah.
Right? And I love, like, everyone was complaining about everything. I love the car. I love the new regulations. And boom, now he's nothing.
All right. We want to hear from you. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. This one says, I was at the game 1 OT game winner by Dry, one of the best nights of my life. Yeah, it's always fun when you're there for a playoff overtime goal. Hey, I won vouchers. I answered you right after you texted me, HS. Okay, let me look into that, buddy. Let me look into that because then I can just send you 4 more. This one says, Chelios once threatened to kill Gary Bettman and said he couldn't believe what Babcock did to Franzen. This one says, just a question, isn't what Joel Quenneville did a lot worse than anything Babcock has done? And people love Quenneville for what he's done in Anaheim. Saying this, I strongly disagree if the Oilers hire him. I mean, there was a lot of people upset with the Quenneville hiring.
Still people upset with Quenneville being hired.
No, we've talked about him during the Oilers series, and we gave him credit for what he did coaching the team on the ice. Okay? Mm-hmm. We're separating the 2 things, right? So I wouldn't say people were okay with it. I'm sure there were some, just like with the Babcock hiring, but yeah, it's the same with all these guys. Bowman, like a lot of people were upset about it. Let's see. Cody says, how can you disregard Babcock's success in the past, yet rely so heavily on his past discretions? Consider both or none. Oh, where'd it go? Consider both or none. You can't say the past mattered for one thing and not the other.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, but his past is not good. Like, he hasn't won a series since 2013. And we said, yeah, winning the Stanley Cup is incredibly hard. Kudos to him. But that was a long time ago. We're not discrediting his past. He's had some success, 100%. He had great Olympic teams.
It's hard to have a bad one.
Exactly. So
you're not going to have a bad Canadian men's hockey Olympic team.
I think Dusty said his mom could coach that team to a champion.
She's a good coach.
This organization hired a GM that was gifted a Stanley Cup winning team and then had yeah, I can't read that one. Sorry. I should have proofread that one. If the players on the team signed off on the hire and approve of it, why does your opinion matter? My opinion does not matter, but it's my opinion. Just like you have yours.
Look, I'll tell you one. Being a former player, they're put in a very difficult position, right?
They are. And
to tell you the truth, I don't think, whether Connor liked it or not, I think he'll toe the line because the bottom line is he doesn't. I don't think he cares who his coach is. He doesn't care who his GM is. He cares who his line mates and teammates and goaltender are and if they can win hockey games. That's it.
And he said it this year. I don't want to be the GM. It's not my job. Okay? And again, I believe this. The Oilers management and owners said, guys, we need your help on this one to get it through. Like, don't get it twisted, people. It's not like they were jumping for joy. But Connor McDavid, what's he supposed to say? No. I don't want a hard-ass coach. I don't want to sound
again,
like
I'll say it again. He says he doesn't like this. It goes, oh, Connor can't have a hard-nosed coach.
And that's why that it's leaked that the players approved it. It's a bad look for the players either way it goes.
Well, no, it protects them in a sense too.
Yeah.
Because then the questions when they're asked, what do you think about the new coach? Oh, it's good. I'm thinking, and then that's it. Right?
Yeah. I heard when the Oilers were told management was looking at Babs, the whole team went out and bought matching burner phones. Well, we're going to get a lot of those jokes. So.
Yeah.
All right. The Afternoon Inbox is presented by the River Crew Resort and Casino. Enjoy their prime rib special, just $21.99. It's available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. It's available for dine-in and takeout, not available on show nights. On the other side of the break, CFL Talk with our boy from 3 Down Nation, Justin Dunk. Don't go anywhere. Slam that thumbs up. Here's Scoop.
Puck drop between the Hurricanes and Golden Knights. Vegas up 2-1 in the series. Game 4 Stanley Cup Final tonight. Noah Hanif and Brady McNabb are each expected to play for Vegas after missing yesterday's skate, with no goaltenders being confirmed on either side. Elsewhere, the Kings, they've officially hired Peter Laviolette as their next head coach, replacing interim bench boss DJ Smith. In soccer news, Jaden Nelson is replacing Marcelo Flores on Canada's World Cup roster, with Canada opening things up Friday afternoon against Bosnia and Herzegovina. To the majors, Blue Jays baseball, Dylan Cease gets a start. Game 2 of their series against the Phillies. First pitch just after 5. Zach Wheeler pitching on the other side for Philadelphia. We also have the Yankees and Guardians in action. The Twins and Tigers hitting the field, while the Dodgers square off against the Pirates. And for the Edmonton Riverhawks, they play host to the Harbor Cats. Riverhawks at home for the next 6 games. You can listen to the contest right here on any of EST's audio streams. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. Get the full schedule at edmontonsportstalk.com. We shift the conversation next to talk some CFL with Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Airy at Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work. LAMMLES.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one. The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Get ready for a night of legendary Canadian rock. The River Cree Resort and Casino presents Honeymoon Suite live on June 25th. Sing along to the hits that defined a generation, including New Girl Now, Feel It Again, and more, as Honeymoon Suite takes the stage for one unforgettable night of music and energy. Don't miss Honeymoon Suite June 25th at River Cree Resort and Casino. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts
all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Thank you for joining us. It's been a crazy 2 days. Appreciate you. And like I always say, we don't have to agree on anything, but we love you guys and gals for sticking with Edmonton Sports Talk, coming to us when news breaks and all that fun stuff. So we appreciate you listening, watching, and your thumbs up and your continued commitment to EST. It's Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, and Salas, Zach Kubish with you. Let's get to our next guest of the day. He joins us on the Oil Country Towing Hotline. Our good buddy from 3 Down Nation, Justin Dunk, joins us. JD, what's shaking?
Doing well, buddy. Just enjoying the starts of the CFL season. What about you guys?
Yeah, same here, man. Well, dealing with a little bit of Oiler news. I don't know if you've heard, but it's been a crazy 2 days. Let's start with the team in our backyard, the Green and Gold. Finally win in June, Justin. And, I mean, he's the first star of the week. Justin Rankin, man. Like, what a game. He led the Elks in that one, and he's a star for me right now. He's becoming a superstar in this league. But what did you take away from his performance and the Elks' performance on Saturday?
I'd like to ask Ed Hervey if he thinks Justin Rankin is becoming a superstar, but perhaps that's a question for another day, fellas. But there is no doubt when you look at Justin Rankin's performance in the nation's capital, to me, that was a superstar performance. He put the Elks on his back in that football game. Yes, I thought the defense played fairly well in that game, but Rankin is holding up to a lofty goal that he told me about exclusively leading into the season, guys, that he wants to become the first player in Canadian Football League history to go for 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards. We're only one game in, but I know people love this kind of fun stuff, but he is currently on that pace if he keeps this up. So an impressive performance by Rankin, who literally put Edmonton on his back and ran and caught them to a win in Ottawa.
Justin, we coined him a rank the tank here. Now they get a bye week. They get the first win. They haven't done this for since 2019 to win in June. Is there a tendency to get a little bit too full of themselves, or do you think just because of where this team's at, the people that they have involved, the coaching staff, that they can stay focused and get into a really tough part of the season come week 3?
I don't think this team's going to get full of themselves, considering Mark Killam had that post-game clip that the Elks shared that was cool, the locker room access, where he used an expletive there, but be the change, essentially. So it was interesting to me that publicly Mark Killam was talking about, well, he's only been there 1 year for a slow start in Edmonton. But the fact that he referenced 2019 in that post-game locker room breakdown tells me that he was using that as motivation for this football team. And Mark Killam knows as well as anybody in that organization that the West Division is the toughest division in the Canadian Football League. Let's just say it how it is. So one win will not a season make in the West, especially one win over an East Division opponent. So I don't think the Elks will get too full of themselves. I actually think this can help them in another way, give them some confidence going forward to be a legit competitor in the West Division.
Justin Dunk joining us here from 3 Down Nation on EST Afternoons. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas. Justin, let's get to that West Division because, listen, we still have 2 teams to play. We haven't seen them yet, but I don't think Rourke and the Lions are taking a step back. The Riders may be a small one, but I think they're going to be right there. After watching that game on Friday, Calgary missing their two D linemen that are huge to that team. They were right there with the Bombers. I don't really see those two teams taking a big step back. So where are the Elks going to find this kind of, jump in the standings when I've just listed 4 teams, and I really don't see them falling off too much?
We're going to find out. And, I would point to some games last season in the back part of the schedule for Edmonton. For example, the Elks beat the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who went on to win the Grey Cup. So I think you can look at that back part of the schedule there where Edmonton was competitive with these teams. I believe going down the stretch there when Cody Fajardo took over, they were 6-7. So you need to be a winning team in the West Division to make the playoffs. That 6-7 kind of win percentage won't get you in there. But I think that if Edmonton can continue that momentum, they clearly did that in week 1 with a win, that they can be in the mix there with Winnipeg, Calgary, Saskatchewan, and BC, as you noted. Those are some high-level teams with what Winnipeg has done, going to the Grey Cup 5 straight years. Didn't happen last year during the home Grey Cup. The Riders being defending Grey Cup champions. BC, in my opinion, going into the season as frontrunners to win the Grey Cup, at least from an odds maker's perspective. And I just think from a sheer talent perspective, when you have the best player in the league, you should be favored to win the Grey Cup. And if Calgary can get those 2 defensive linemen, Flo Ormalade and Jalen Hutchings, healthy, I think they'll have a say as well. So I think it will be an ultra-competitive West Division.
We got a big game on Friday with the Ticats and Blue Bombers. Just looking at Winnipeg, Justin, how much depends on the health of Zach Collaros if he can stay healthy throughout the regular season for their success?
It obviously will help, but, I've seen and heard a lot of upside about Taylor Elgersma. Now, I might be the biggest fan in his fan club if we're going to go that way. You guys don't have a show long enough for me to talk about this guy, but Zach Collaros, no doubt, being on the field, I think at this point in Elgersma's development is more beneficial for the Bombers. But I think there's some real upside there in Elgersma, just the way that he carries himself, can pick up offenses. He's been with multiple professional teams already. So you don't want to see Collaros go down, no doubt. But if that did happen, I think Elgersma's a guy that has some game.
JD, Chad Kelly, they're in action this week. What can we expect from him this season after missing an entire season?
I think we got to see it on the field, fellas. When we talk about Chad Kelly, I think, to be quite honest, he's overrated in the Canadian Football League. Some people might go, well, he won an MOP. How could you say that? Well, I would argue that he should not have won that MOP. The person's name that you just mentioned in your last question, Zach Collaros, should have won that MOP. There was some talk that perhaps the media didn't want to have Collaros win 3 straight MOPs and put him in that Doug Flutie kind of echelon. But let's just look at the numbers. Chad Kelly in 2023, when he won MOP, 23 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Not even a 2-to-1 ratio. Does that scream elite quarterback to you? Chad Kelly in 2024, 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Yes, he was coming off a suspension, but it was not an injury as difficult to come back from as the gruesome leg injury that he had. And I'm not saying Chad Kelly's not a franchise quarterback. I just want to see him play a legitimate MOP level. I felt like he won the MOP looking back on it now in 2023. And let me make it clear, I did vote for Zach Collaros to win the MOP in 2023. I felt like it was more of a team award because the Argonauts had a historic regular season and Chad Kelly was the quarterback. So I think that Chad Kelly is still really good, can be really good, but he needs to show that he can be a legitimate elite quarterback in the Canadian Football League coming back from a gruesome injury. And oh, by the way, he goes back to the same place where it happened for his first game back in real regular season action.
Justin, how many fantasy leagues are you in?
I'm not really a fantasy guy. I don't have any CFL ones. I only have one NFL one, and that's it. That's all I can keep up with, boys.
Damn. Okay, well, I'll ask you about break out the crystal ball. Will we see Elks home playoff date this season?
Ooh. I have a hard time seeing it this year, fellas. Perhaps next year when 8 of 9 are making the playoffs. We've got this format that we can talk about another day, but honestly, it's hard to see it. That means they got to finish top 2 in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I mean, wishful thinking, but I think it's going to be tough, especially with that division. It's so tight, and we'll see how the Elks will fare next week against Montreal. Justin, always appreciate your time. Enjoy week 2, and I'm sure we'll chat again this summer.
Sounds good, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Right, Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation joining us here on EST Afternoons. Portions of this hour brought to you by the good old Canadian Brew House. Good day, bad day. Either way, happy hours on at the Canadian Brew House, Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. with deals starting at $3.99. The Canadian Brew House, your day just got happier. We're 1-0 in our EST Afternoons League, Joaquin.
I know.
Let's go.
See, that's because we have the proper hierarchy of our management staff.
Yeah,
I let you do everything. You got carte blanche, buddy.
Like Wheezy says, this reeks of desperation. It's like we're watching Chiarelli supervise Chiarelli here. Bowman and Jackson are panicking and can't get out of their own way. Well, that's what DVD alluded to as well, right?
Yeah.
That's what he alluded to, and it's going to be it's going to be a fascinating offseason. It's probably not the best word to use, but you know what I mean. And Munch Master Flex, I can't read your text. Let's keep it clean, boys. Sonny D says, serious question. What does Jeff Jackson actually do for the Oilers? Hell of a question.
Hell of a question.
He hangs out with Stan Bowman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And take direction from Daryl Cates. Do this, do that, do this, do that. I really hope that's not the case.
This is why they need the behind the scenes cameras following them around all day. Just like Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You should be able to watch the what happened the previous season. Because
the season's over.
Season's over. It's not really. But this should be the start of the next season. You know how many people would watch that? Mm-hmm. Who cares about playoff tickets? If this is pay-per-view,
it's must watch.
It is.
Knockout Panda says, stop blaming Bowman. This is on Kate. I mean, sure, but come on. Bowman has some say in this. And the DVD said it's tough when you have all yes men.
Yeah.
Incredibly tough. That no one pushes back and says, I think this is a horrible idea.
That's why we never agree with Dusty.
Yeah, man. Interesting times. I'm out of words. The first time in my life.
I know. Yeah, speechless.
Well, we'll roll along with it. And
I think School of Fish had a great song, Speechless.
Really?
Oh, it's a solid tune.
I'm really listening to a lot of music lately, Joaquin.
Really?
I'm going, I've gone kind of down this wormhole. I'm listening to all 90s, like, underground rap. Not underground, but groups that weren't, like mainstream. Like, hieroglyphics, like, organized confusion. Like,
I can't wait for the day that you walk in with a do-rag, a grill, one of your NBA, like, old, Patrick Ewing.
But it's funny because, like, I'm older, right? People are like, why do you still I love old school hip hop. Like, I'm listening to, De La Soul's kind of a little bit more mainstream, but The Roots. The Roots have great albums.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably one of the best, if not the best album in 1996 when there was a lot of good albums, Joaquin. Like, what
about Common?
No,
I guess he's a little bit older.
I haven't hit him yet.
No?
How about Jedi Mind Tricks?
Not yet.
No.
What else have I listened to?
You have a list that you got going?
Yeah.
That you're gonna go
Del
through?
the Funky Homo Sapien.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of these.
And it's
groups.
good. It's good hip hop, man. I've created a playlist, and it's great, man.
Some boom bap beats.
Like, I'm really enjoying this because, like, I was always more like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Eazy-E and Notorious B.I.G., right?
Yeah.
But all these groups existed and I knew all of them, but I just never gave them the time of day. Now I am, and it's better hip hop than we get mainstream. It is.
Yeah, well, there's still some hip hop out there that's just not in the spotlight. I guess it's easier to get in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like today. But back then it's like, oh, that's a big CD out. Like, I got to buy that.
Yeah.
So you have that at your disposal.
Exactly.
Probably, you look at the monthly listeners, there's probably some of them are, under 10K a month?
Exactly.
thing. Like, it feels cool. You feel like a hipster.
Like,
Hernan, you're officially a hipster of hip-hop.
Diggable Planets, who are coming to Edmonton in October, like, they have one of the best hip-hop songs of all time. Black Sheep's another one. Most Def, Black Star, he did it with Talib. Like, buddy, I'm up to like 30 albums listened to.
Wow.
And every song I like, I put it into my funky little playlist.
Nice.
OC as well. Very OG.
The Far Side.
They're on the list as well. Yeah, they're on the list.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's weird because I've never been, like, I like music, but I've never been a guy that listens to a lot. Like, I know what I like, but now I'm in my boy Brian Swing, we're texting every day about albums, and he is like a musical library. I'm like, have you heard of this? He's heard of everybody. So
you got to stump him and find an artist he's never listened to.
I know. That's going to be incredibly tough. All right, coming up next, screw it, let's do a parlay. Try to get back in the win column. It's been a while for the trio here of Joaquin, Gage, Zach Kubish, and Hernan Salas, but that's what we'll do on the other side of the break, and we'll get you ready for the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
The Hurricanes trail the Golden Knights 2-1 entering Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Noah Hannafin, Braden McNabb are each expected to play for Vegas after missing yesterday's skate, and goaltenders on either side are yet to be confirmed. Elsewhere, the Kings, have officially hired Peter Laviolette as their next head coach, replacing intern bench boss DJ Smith. In soccer news, Jade Nelson is replacing Marcelo Flores on Canada's World Cup roster, with Canada opening the tournament this Friday afternoon against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Blue Jays baseball, Dylan Cease on the bump for Game 2 for Toronto against the Phillies. First pitch just after 5. Philadelphia going with Zach Wheeler on the mound. We also have the Yankees Guardians matching up. The Twins and Tigers hitting the field while the Dodgers square off against the Pirates. West Coast League action. The Riverhawks back at home for the next 6 games, hosting the Harbor Cats tonight. First pitch just after 7. Catch the game on any of EST's audio streams. Find the full schedule at edmontonsportstalk.com. Stay tuned as we wrap up the show next with the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date in this. Sports Update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, and the Capital Care Foundation Spring Prize Raffle is live. Make a difference supporting seniors and residents in care while having the chance to win. Buy your tickets now at capitalcarefoundation.net. The raffle closes June 5th. Stay tuned. EST Afternoons wraps up next. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Kayaks, bikes, camping gear? Make space for summer fun with Sentinel Storage. Spend more time on adventures with your outdoor gear and less time looking for them. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going. Rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day, all weekend, all summer. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Final segment here on EST Afternoons. A lot of hip-hop recommendations coming in. Gage, you're not a big hip-hop guy. No? Not like, well, it's different times, right? We grew up in different, like, kind of eras of music, right? Like,
I told you, man.
I know you told, but I just don't listen. Company Flow's another one. Yeah, there's a lot of good albums, man.
How about some modern day ones? I mean, there's Earth Gang. I think that's Tyler, the Creator, and Earl Sweatshirt. It's a big...
I like those names, Earl Sweatshirt.
I know, it's just some random
I also
names,
listened to
right?
a little bit of punk from the 80s, Bad Brains.
Oh.
Pretty good, man, to run on.
You might as well be speaking a different language.
Yeah. I know, it's like you talking about Destiny to Hernan. That's kind of the...
Sorry.
That's where you guys differ.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice. Two different...
Well, if you ever come over, I'll have some hip-hop on in the background.
Hey, you want to go party in the Cosmodrome? You let me know. We'll go slay some noobs.
In the Crucible.
Casino Dealer just says, Gage was probably more boys to men.
They tried to pick up my wife.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. About your trivia for the 4 vouchers to the Riverhawks. Here it is. And it has nothing to do with baseball because I forgot to come up with a trivia and I just thought of this one on the spot. If you can, you have to send it to the River Korean Box 780-218-9999, okay? And there's probably going to be a lot of correct answers, and I'll select one person. We'll have another giveaway on Thursday, so don't worry about it. Vincenzo, I'll hook you up because I missed your reply the other day, but I think it was after the show, so I probably missed it. Question is, name one player. There's 2 right now, but name one player that will be playing in his 6th World Cup this upcoming summer. That's soccer, just in case you don't know. Name one of the players.
Ronaldo?
I can't really say right now.
Oh.
We'll
I thought you were asking me.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
He wants the tickets.
Hint, hint, wink, wink. There's 2. All right. Let's go. Gager listens to the Dune soundtrack to get pumped up.
No. Oh, you know what? It's not about this Dune 2, the one with Villeneuve. That's a good soundtrack. I like that one.
Yeah, so keep sending those suggestions in. If you have old school hip hop groups that Hernan should listen to, because I got a huge list right now. I'm right now on the 3rd Roots album. Listened to 2 already. I'm halfway through 1. They're fantastic artists, man. Like
they're on the Fallon show, right?
The drummer is.
Yeah.
But the MC there, my Lord, can he rap? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, boys. It's time to get to the Screw Let's Do It parlay for Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. If you gamble, use your game sense. Hit it, Coop!
Let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
And before we go, I'm going to play a song for you after Gage. It's called Mr. Dabalina, Mr. Dabalina.
No, I've heard that.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
What a name.
What a name. Ice Cube's cousin.
Is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I remember when it was Cube who was here at K-Days, and that was a huge fiasco on the K-Days grounds.
Oh, really? Was it?
I think it was like 10 years ago or something like that. Yeah.
All right, gents. Who wants to go first here for the Screw Let's Do It parlay?
I never go first.
Okay,
You go first, Gager. You deserve to.
I'm going to go with the Canes to cover.
Oh. My boy Joaquin is not messing around today.
And the goal spread.
Does that mean the spread?
The spread.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
I
let's
like
go.
that number too. That's plus 209.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd think I'd know this by now, but I'm just a jabroni.
No, that's all good. I mean,
Coop, you
each goal
go.
has been a 1-goal game. We're all over this game here on Edmonton Sports Talk. More preview coming up on the Reed Wilkins Show too. But one guy that I always am fascinated by is Brett Howden. Now, he sits at 13 goals. He was without a goal the previous game that he played. He did get a point, though. He's on a 3-game point streak, had 2 goals in game numero 2 against Carolina. He only needs 1 more goal to become the franchise leader in goals for the Vegas Golden Knights. And He's only gone 6 games without a point. I was looking at a point here, but I'm looking at the record. I'm going to go with a goal tonight there for Brett Howden. Jesus. Would you prefer a point, guys?
No, you already said goal.
Okay. Well, he has 13 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah, but he only had 12 in the regular season.
That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes people come out to play, man.
And I think they're going to lose tonight.
Well, he hasn't gone more than... So he started the playoffs 3 games without a single point there against Utah, and then caught fire. He hasn't gone more than 1 game in a row without scoring a goal. And last game, he did not score a goal. So he's going to, that's the pattern, man. That's the pattern. He's gone a handful of games with a goal and then 1 without. Got another streak once again.
It's fine, Coob. Let's just roll.
Go with the goal. Okay. Go with the goal.
I'm going to stick with this game too, gents, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to double down. Stankoven point.
Ooh.
No, it's okay.
Well, I think there's an earlier...
I like that.
We got a Stankoven point, I think, on one of the lock shop bets.
It's plus 682 right now.
Nice.
Close to 7. Someone texted in Pele. No. Deltron 3030, Pete Rock, and CL Smooth. Rest in peace. Didn't Pete Rock pass away?
Pete Rock?
Yeah. It takes 2 to make a thing go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he passed away recently. Didn't he know?
Yeah, he did. I saw that.
Lunas from Lower Management.
Is that his name? What's his name? What was the name of the song?
It Takes 2.
No, but it was Pete Rock?
Was it?
I forget.
Yeah, hold on. Let's.
Peter O. Phillips.
No, it was Rob Bass.
Rob Bass, yeah.
I'm way off. Yeah. What the hell was I?
MC Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Kick it. Right? That's what it was.
Oh, Lord.
You are about to be possessed
Yes.
of the sounds of MC Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. Hit it.
It's like Joey Payne, Break of Dawn.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on it.
Come on, come on.
Power and pain.
Sunshine.
Rain.
Whatever it was.
That was good. That was good stuff, man.
Good singing, boys.
It's good stuff.
Should have a karaoke segment. You guys sing frequently on the show.
Sweet.
Nice. Pretty good bet.
Yeah, if you missed it, it's Canes to cover, Brett Howden goal, Logan Stankoven point.
Nice. Well, and Jay's got his play of the day coming up in the first hour of the Reed Wilkins Show, which gets going in about 6 minutes. Here we got the off-topic in the first hour as well. Sean Bell joining in the second hour and the second rendition of the Mark Killam Show. Elks head coach Mark Killam to join us at 5 o'clock, and that happens every single Tuesday at 5 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk with the head coach joining us, of course. First 1-0 start since June 2019. His second season with the club. He'll dive into all things Elks. So will Jay Milne and Reed Wilkins talking all things Mike Babcock as well. Oilers, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup Finals. Big show coming up.
Sweet.
So there's 3 players that are going to play in their 6th World Cup. I made a mistake. And I'm going to give it to the one person who picked. It's Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Mexican goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa.
Oh.
Who can forget?
Sean, you said Guillermo Ochoa. You're the winner. Send me, just send me your email. Just text it in the River Cree inbox. Okay, buddy? And
or just text him. 780.
We'll have another giveaway on Thursday. Hey, fun conversation today. Sure. Big shout out to DVD from NHL.com and Justin Dunk from 3 Down Nation. Don't go anywhere. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming up with a loaded show. They'll take you right up until 6. For Joaquin and Coob, I'm Hernan saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the thumbs up. If you're going to the Riverhawks tonight, take a raincoat and enjoy yourselves. We love you. Chowders.